everyone, my name is Sophie. Welcome back to my channel and welcome to another Sophisticated Saturday where together we work through my to-do list and get things done. In today's video, I have a pasta recipe I'm going to share with you. I have some cleaning to do. I need to pack for a friend's wedding. So just a bunch of random stuff like usual. So let's get right into it.
Everybody's been saying that you're up to no good.
Today I started filming at just after 11 and I needed to get lunch started because I didn't have breakfast and was starving. So I was going to make this pesto pasta that I ripped out of a Shape magazine article a long time back, and I'll add on the screen here the ingredients that I'm putting into this homemade pesto with peas. But seriously, take note of this recipe. I will also link the full thing in the description box below if you want to head to the Shape magazine website and get it for yourself. But Jim and I loved this pasta. It was so good. We've both decided it's going to be in the regular rotation for sure. You put all of the main ingredients into the food processor, get it going, and then add your half cup of olive oil and food process one more time. Because of those peas and the fresh basil, it has such a vibrant green color. You'll see it looks really, really bright and fresh when I add it to the pasta. But the recipe did not call for any sort of additional protein on it, and Jim definitely won't eat anything if it doesn't have some sort of meat or protein, so I was going to add some shrimp. I felt like shrimp and pesto go really well together, so I tried to have these thaw out starting the first thing in the morning, but didn't really plan ahead. Could have put them in the fridge overnight, so they were still a little bit chilled, so I did run a few of them under some warm water to break off a little bit of that ice, but I'm just taking off the tails and peeling them and deveining them a bit. Kind of a tedious process, but I always think these shrimp taste better than the tail off, all of that type of stuff shrimp. Oftentimes they are a little bit more economical because you're doing it yourself, but I also think they're usually a higher quality shrimp when they have the tail on and all of that stuff. I got them from Costco. They're in a huge bag, and the bag I can split up into probably 3 different meals. So I pulled out about a third of the shrimp, didn't measure it or anything, and that was all we needed. I'm also going to link the exact pasta that I bought in the description box below because I think this is one of the things that made the dish. It is the best noodle Jim says he's ever had. The noodles themselves are nice and big. They have lots of curves and crevices, so they absorb all of that fresh, yummy pesto. So if I make it again, I'm definitely going to be buying the same exact noodles and probably using these noodles for other recipes as well. With the shrimp, I added some paprika, garlic salt, and pepper and got those cooking while I prepared the ricotta that will go on top of the pasta in little globs, I guess, around the dish. And it's just ricotta cheese, a little bit of lemon zest, and some lemon juice.
You say you're tired, you don't wanna fight, but I've been wondering if everything's alright. You say you love me, and that's all fine, but it's like I'm missing the passion in your eyes. Am I right? I ain't gonna let it get to me. I will keep it straight, won't make a scene, keep it clean, so.
After turning the shrimp over, the pasta was done, so I brought that to the sink, drained it, and made sure to save some extra pasta water to thin out the sauce if I needed to, and got the pesto off of the food processor, back into the large pot, added my pasta, and I did end up thinning it out with just a little bit of that reserved pasta water, and then added the shrimp and stirred it up, and that was pretty much it. Look how bright green this pesto is. You can almost taste the flavor through the screen, or at least I can, maybe because I'm remembering how good it was. I served up both of us a couple bowls. I added some red pepper chili flakes to mine because I like a little bit of heat on my pasta, and we were ready for lunch.
If it ain't to be, don't spend a minute worrying about me. I'll be pleased. I ain't gonna let it get to me. I will keep it straight, won't make a scene, keep it clean, so
The fun of cooking is over, so I'm going to move the laundry over. I already put my bedding into the washer a little bit earlier, so I'm going to switch that to the dryer and then add our whites into the washing machine. Our dishwasher was pretty full. We didn't end up running it last night because it wasn't completely full. So after making this meal, it had enough in it to get the dishwasher started. So we're gonna run a midday dishwasher cycle, and you'll see there's still backup pots and pans and dishes that are gonna be ready for the next load. So I really wanted to get this going so I could empty it and then put all of those dishes away still this afternoon. Time to make the bed with some fresh sheets. This is one of my least favorite tasks. I feel like it just takes a lot of energy. And if you guys saw from one of my kind of recent videos, I'm actually pregnant. So when I was filming this video, I did film it in advance and I was a little past 14 weeks pregnant and still kind of feeling exhausted, and like this just takes so much energy. I'm starting to definitely feel a little bit better, but being pregnant makes a chore that I already don't love even harder. I will say it is worth it in the end for those fresh sheets when you go to bed.
With me, I wanna push it on down, but it will not leave. It's like I'm losing my mind, turning wrong into right. I try to keep you away, but somehow, baby, you're still pulling me in, pulling me in. I'm like a moth to a flame, I should've known better, but you're pulling me in, pulling me in. There's something in those hazel eyes, there's something that I cannot fight. I try to keep you away, but somehow, baby, you're still pulling.
The dishwasher's almost done, so I'm heading back into the kitchen, gonna wipe down that countertop. And I ran out of my sink scrub, so I wanted to refill that sink scrub container. And you guys ask me questions about this a lot. What is in my sink scrub, where the jar is from, all of those things. The mason jar is just a blue ball mason jar. I think I got it at Target a while back. And then the lid that screws onto the mason jar, I actually got from a website, and they sell so many different types of mason jar lids. They have one that can turn it into a spray bottle, one that can turn it into a soap pump, all of these different things. So I will link that in the description box. But you'll see that in my sink scrub, I'm just layering baking soda and essential oils. Today I'm doing lemongrass. I like that fresh lemon scent in the kitchen. And I just sprinkle it in my sink and add a little bit of dish soap and some water, and that's it. And I'll show you in a minute, once I get all of these clean dishes put away, the dirty dishes put in the dishwasher, and I have an empty sink so we can actually clean it out and scrub away.
Only apart, we are weaker, so what are we waiting for? I try to keep you away, but somehow, baby, you're still pulling me in, pulling me in. I'm like a moth to a flame, I should've known better, but you're pulling me in, pulling me in. There's something in those hazel eyes, there's something that I cannot fight. I try to keep you away, but somehow, baby, you're still pulling me in, pulling me in.
You'll see how many dishes I really had in the sink that were waiting to go into the dishwasher. I could have washed a lot of them by hand, but honestly didn't really care to. I just was fine waiting out the dishwasher. But with an empty sink, I can show you that sink scrub, how nice it pours out of the little dispenser top that I have. and how shiny it makes a stainless steel sink with just that baking soda. The essential oil is mostly just for scent, and then the dish soap and rinsing it out with water. You can wipe the whole thing down with a rag if you want to, or just rinse it with water.
Calling me a mad woman, mad woman, mad woman. Calling me a mad woman, mad woman. No, I don't really.
The last load of laundry is done, and I was laughing to myself as I was pulling out all of my husband's t-shirts. I wanted to lay them flat so they didn't get super wrinkly, waiting for him to fold them. But we always joke that it's almost like a uniform that he has. He loves just wearing plain white t-shirts all the time, and that's obvious from our laundry that it's mostly his plain white t-shirts and some socks and things like that that are in our whites.
It's a 24-hour streak. Wasting all your thoughts just to criticize, but there are plenty more ways to think. I'm not pretending.
There wasn't much for me in our whites load except for a few pairs of pajama pants, mostly socks, and then a couple of just very comfortable bras that I've been wearing that, of course, the padding always falls out of.
Calling me a mad woman, mad woman, mad woman. Calling me a mad woman, mad woman. No, I don't really care, I don't really care, yeah. 'Cause boy, it's not.
Last but not least, I needed to pack for a wedding I had coming up the next weekend. So I filmed this on a Saturday. I was having a sophisticated Saturday, and we were leaving for the wedding the next Friday. So I wanted to get a jump start, didn't need to pack absolutely everything, but was pulling out some outfits that I could wear to the Friday night event before the wedding as well as to the wedding. Again, being at this awkward stage of pregnancy, I am not totally showing yet, but I can feel it. I also decided after filming this video that this was officially my last day of wearing jeans normally, or at least my normal old jeans in my regular size, because after filming this, I was so uncomfortable and had to take them off. But I wanted to pull out a bunch of different outfits that I could try on and see what would be the most comfortable for me. Another easy thing for me to pack in advance is all of my toiletries. I have most of them already kind of prepped for me, my smaller toiletries, my travel items. So I just think through in my head what I do when I get ready. Especially it helps when I'm thinking about my makeup items to make sure I don't forget anything. I think in my head of the process of the layers I put different items on. So I make sure I have foundation, some concealer. I think about, do I want a blush and a bronzer and eyeshadow? And then I think about eyeliner and mascara and all of those types of things. And also make sure I don't forget toothbrush, toothpaste, hairbrush, hair ties, contacts. It is just a never-ending list, but I pretty much have it down and have a good idea of the mini items that I already have ready to go, and then the items that I always need to grab from my normal stash and pack into my toiletries.
Everyone has been bugging me to sever the ties, but I would never, ever, ever would have believed them. No reason. Sometimes the truth is hard to see.
Like I said, I wasn't aiming to be completely done packing a full week in advance, but I wanted to get a really good jump start. So I pulled out my packing cubes, I grabbed some workout clothing and athletic clothing to wear, put that in there, and then my toiletries and all of that. I even pulled out a plain outfit and got that ready and just grabbed my little whiteboard that I like to use to write notes on and wrote down the things that first came to mind that I knew I wasn't packing yet, but wanted to make sure I didn't forget. So I needed a pair of heels to wear, I needed a pair of casual shoes, purses, jewelry, and all of that.
Ever would have believed them, no reason. Sometimes the truth is hard to see, but never, ever seemed to be over. I saw her, so I'm happy I got freed. Lucky.
Hopefully you're feeling extra motivated after this sophisticated Saturday or whatever day of the week you might be watching this video. If you enjoyed, I would love if you give it a thumbs up. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And until next time, I will see you guys later.